Hi, friend. Welcome back to Creative Birthright. If you are new here, my name is Brienne, and I am on a mission to call everyone home to their creativity. Recently, my creative practice has felt a little scattered, a little off centered. I have struggled to find clarity on what I want to create and finish the things I start. If you have been feeling the same, this video is for you. Even if you haven't, this video is also for you because we will all encounter this at some point during our creative journey. I want to share a simple 15 to 20-minute ritual that helps me reconnect with my creative self, especially when I feel disconnected, uninspired, or like I'm being pulled in 100 different directions. And this simple practice helps me to return to the part of myself that knows how to create with ease and intention. So let's get into it. I don't have a name for this, but this is a mindfulness ritual I return to when I need to quiet the noise around me and the noise inside me and come back to me, my creative voice, my point of view, and just be present in the moment. There's so much outside noise in our day-to-day lives that's so easy to get caught up in. From social media to work to constant to-do lists to just life. And for me, that noise drowns out the quiet knowing that creativity comes from. This practice grounds me, refocuses me. It's my reset. So I come back to this anytime my creativity starts to feel a little cloudy or when I start to question what I'm even doing. And this is not something that you can just hop into. You have to warm up a little bit and do a little pre-work. Before you even begin the ritual, recognize that you have been feeling disconnected. And I suggest that you put some guardrails in place for awareness. So you should have an ongoing practice where you check in with yourself to see where you're at and how you're feeling. And for me, that looks like journaling and spending some time each day and each week to reflect on how things are going and how I'm feeling in the moment. You also need to gently name what pulled you out of alignment. Maybe it was comparison, maybe it was burnout, maybe it was that voice that tells you you're not good enough. Whatever it is, speak it and then rewrite the narrative. Don't let that thought of you feeling unworthy persist. So if you feel that way, or if you feel like you're not good enough, affirm that you are enough and you have always been. Affirm your right to return to your creativity. Okay, so here is how I practice this ritual, but feel free to make it your own. First, find a quiet, calming space, somewhere that feels safe to just be, somewhere where there are no distractions and you can relax and be present in the moment. And I curate this space. I make sure there are no harsh overhead lights. So I turn on my lamp. I might even spray some aromatherapy in the air, maybe some lavender. Then, once I sit down, I light a candle, burn some incense or some Palo Santo, and I put on music that soothes my spirit. Next, I do a short breathing exercise because I'm usually coming from some other part of my day, and I use this to center me in that present moment. So take 5 to 10 minutes to breathe. Let your breath bring you back to your body and to the moment. Next, you want to set an intention and ask yourself, what do I want to say right now? What do I need to express or release? What does my creative self want me to know? And these are just some examples of things you can ask yourself. Make these questions your own and tie them to exploring the reason behind the disconnect you're feeling or the part of your creative practice you're trying to go deeper into. Now that your intentions are set, you have asked yourself the questions that you want to explore. Pull out your pen and paper or your favorite journal and spend about 5 to 10 minutes or however much time you need journaling. And Don't put a lot of thought into what's coming out. Just let it flow. This should be a free writing session where you just write down all of the truth that pours out of you. Now, once you have done that, this next step might take a little bit more time. This idea came to me from reading this book called The Courage to Create, and I'm forgetting the name of the author right now, but I'll put it on the screen. But he was talking about how he was going around and around this idea and trying to figure out this part of his research. And it wasn't until he got up from where he was working and walked to the train that the question he had been asking himself, like the answer to that appeared. This next part is moving your body. This could be dancing, walking, yoga, going on a bike ride, roller skating, whatever it is, move your body. That movement will stir your subconscious. All of those questions that you were journaling about and turning over in your head, your subconscious will continue to do that work for you. And this will give the insight you found on the page room to breathe and expand. This will also surface additional insight. It will make connections to things that you may not have made by just sitting stationary and journaling. All of the insight that's to come might not happen during the walk or whatever movement you choose to do, but trust the process and write down anything else that comes up. Those are all the steps in the process, but it doesn't end there. You should repeat this for 3 to 7 days or whatever your schedule allows. By continuing to return to these questions and journaling about it and then going for a walk, you will continue to gather additional insights. I did this last week and so many ideas came flooding to me after this. I was feeling a little stuck creatively, and then after doing this for 7 days, I have now been inundated with so many different ideas, but most importantly, I have a lot more clarity on what I want to do with my writing. And like this piece that I've been kind of stuck on and trying to figure out, like I know what I want to say in it, but I don't know how I want to say it. And now I know how I want to say it. So this has been extremely helpful for me. And even past the time of me doing the ritual on a daily basis, I'm still getting new insights. And it really has just kind of reignited a spark inside of me and strengthened my relationship to my creativity, because it gave me focused time to just think about who I am creatively, what I want to say right now, and how I want to say it. And just to share a little bit more about my experience with this, like I said, I came back to this ritual recently, and while I had been writing, I was all over the place. I had so many drafts, so many ideas, but nothing was really landing. Like, I wasn't writing anything that inspired me to keep writing it. So I started asking myself, before I asked myself these questions, I started getting into a little bit of a doubt spiral and like wondering like, oh, should I really be a writer? And when I started doubting myself, I was like, okay, I need to do something. So then I started asking myself, what do I really want to say as a writer? It wasn't until after doing this ritual I could hear the answer more clearly, like the answer for this current moment, because things are constantly shifting in my creative journey. Like, I may be focused on one thing 1 month or 1 year, but then the next year it changes. So I was in a period of time where I wasn't fully focused or didn't have a clear focus on what I wanted to say in my writing. So I did this ritual 7 days in a row, and y'all, so much came through. Not just ideas, but clarity and direction. I can't even say enough how much this has helped me and refocused me. So if you've been feeling a little off creatively, give this a try. Or if you're returning to your creative practice after a long hiatus, start with this. And don't just do it once. Do it for a few days in a row and see what shifts. And be sure to come back to this video and let me know in the comments how it goes for you. What came through? What did you learn about your creative self? And as always, take what resonates for you and leave the rest. Feel free to remix, to reshape the steps I shared to fit your needs. Let your intuition guide you, or maybe you want to add something in or take something out. But make sure that you shape this ritual to fit you and your needs. And remember, your creativity is your birthright. Protect it, nourish it, and always return to it. All right, that's all I have for you today. Keep creating, keep reclaiming your birthrights, and I will see you in the next video.